Hello, my name is Angela Alexander. I'm a doctor of audiology. I'm originally from Kansas and I currently live in New Zealand and soon to move to Australia. I've been working with young children with auditory processing disorder for about the last 10 years, and I wanted to show some of my tips and tricks because a lot of the work that we do is going to be at home with the parent. So if we can help the parent understand really basic things that they can do to help auditory processing from a young age, then that would be great. So I have a 2.5-year-old daughter named Izzy, and she's a lot of fun. And when she was 10 months old, I was surprised that she wasn't babbling quite as much as I expected her to. For some reason I thought because I work with auditory skills and things like that, she was automatically going to have amazing auditory skills. So I decided to do a little bit of intervention with her. It wasn't very formal or anything like that, and I want to show you what I did with her today. And she's now 2.5, and her teachers have said that she has absolutely ridiculous comprehension. We have to move up, we have to help kids move up along their auditory skills from just really basic awareness of sound to discrimination, to be able to tell the differences between sounds, to identification, which takes discrimination to the next level, and then comprehension, which builds upon all of those things. So I'm going to show you that today. And let me just say, first of all, not all screen time is the same. I started using an app to work with my daughter at 10 months of age, but it was the only app we were using. We were only using it for short periods during the day, and we got the results that we were hoping from it. So I'm going to show you, I'll bring up my iPad here. All right, so the app is called Starfall, and it is a nonprofit. There's this one here that you'll see that is pink, has a pink background and the ABCs.
Starfall.com, where children have fun learning.
Okay, so you see all of these sounds on the screen. So I would sit down with Izzy and I would say, hey, let's do a sound. And I would just do 1 or 2 sounds the first time we did it. Now, children do not learn directly from devices, especially when they're very young. So it takes your own engagement with them that's actually going to make this worthwhile. So, for example, we started off with the sound D, D.
D. D.
So you hear it in, so every time you tap this little green arrow, it says the sound. So as a parent, I would say the sound to Izzy. So,
D.
D, did you hear that? And then each time she taps the sparkly bit,
D.
D.
Doll. Dancing doll.
All right? But the key is, every time I would say D, Izzy would start repeating me. So she would start saying D as well.
D.
D.
D. Ducks.
The more interested I was in this, the more interested she was in this. And we weren't doing it for a long period of time. So the first time we did it, it was maybe a couple minutes long. But there's a key to success. Starfall is on both Apple and Android devices, but this is why I love iPads. They have something called guided access. What guided access allows you to do is it allows you to stay locked inside an app. So for example, you go back to your home page, go to settings. Under settings, you go to, my storage is full, fine. You go under general, and then under general, you go to accessibility. Under accessibility, all the way to the bottom, go to guided access. You'll turn this on. This is what it looks like the first time you turn it on. Then you close out of it, go into the app that you want. So Starfall ABCs, this one that's pink with the colorful ABCs on it. You can also get this green and yellow one. I like this one later on, but for the beginning, just use this Starfall ABCs. All right, we're back on ducks. Now, what would happen sometimes is Izzy would get stuck in a little bit of a pattern of clicking back, and then she wasn't progressing through the app. She found it boring and frustrating, or she would exit out. So with guided access, you triple click on the home button, and then it wants to start guided access. Guided, like there's a bunch of different options here, so you can change if the volume is able to be changed, or what areas a person can or can't select. So I would select this little area down here. Now I can make that a little bit smaller so it's just over that, that back button. Then I click start. Now you can see that the back button is grayed out, so she can't go back. The first time I saw this, I thought I had broken my iPad screen, and I was a little bit disappointed in myself, if I'm totally honest. All right, so she goes through this. Whoa.
Dinosaur. Make a match. Fish. Cat.
Now notice they're saying k and not ka, right?
Zipper.
Zipper. Nice. Good job, kiddo. Oh.
Lock.
Not la. Oh. Oh. Nice.
Drum.
Drum.
Jet.
Cool.
Dinosaur dance.
Sometimes you dance along with these. If you find them annoying, you can also exit out, and it says goodbye. And then we go on to our next sound. And then throughout the day, you can maybe reinforce those sounds when you're speaking, especially around your child. You can say d, or even accentuate it within a word. Like, oh, look, it's our d, dog, d, dog. So basically what we're doing is we're trying to increase decoding. Decoding is the ability to quickly and accurately digest speech. So if we can start on each individual speech sound, we're not changing how a person's producing it, we're just giving them lots of different exposures to these sounds individually. So if we can build up their confidence with each one of these sounds, that maybe they will start producing them themselves. Sometimes they'll be bringing them together, which is always exciting. So the main things are, we're not trying to teach a child to read with this, but these are the building blocks for reading. We aren't trying to test our children, like, find the D, where's the D? Can you find the D? Because, like, let's say that this is Chinese and there are actually characters in front of you, and somebody told you you needed to find something immediately and you didn't know. How frustrating would that be? So remember that this is frustrating for a child, that it doesn't come easily to. So we're not trying to impress other people with this, although it can be kind of impressive. We're not trying to teach them to read if they're really young. There is a chance that they may not even remember what the letters or the letter sounds are. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to build a really nice foundation for them to be able to understand what they hear. So I would do this for maybe a few minutes the first day, maybe a few minutes the next day. If they're not enjoying it, and if you're not enjoying it, it's gonna fall flat on its face. But if both of you are enjoying it, then you have a better chance of this actually sticking and it actually working for you. My daughter Because we live in New Zealand, but we're from Kansas, we've gone on 35 international flights. I shouldn't say international flights, 35 total flights. Some of those have been within the US. So for us, it's really nice for our daughter to have something that she likes to do that's building upon her decoding knowledge, and also helping us a little as well. Screen time is not great, but having really nice exposure, repetitive exposure to sound in a way that is engaging and interesting for both a child and adult is a wonderful tool to use. I think Starfall is maybe $5 for the basic version and maybe $30 for the more intense version. I have absolutely no conflict of interest with them other than I use their products. And by the way, to get out of guided access, triple click the button, enter your passcode, and press end. So I hope that this exercise will help you help your child improve their auditory decoding from a young age, because it's worth it. Take care.
G. G.
G. G. That's right. G. Girl.
G. Girl. I am a girl. G.
There we go.
G. Gorilla. G. Gorilla.
That's a silly gorilla playing the music. It's awesome.
G. G. Go. B means go. G.